Good morning, teacher. Our topic to present is growing tomatoes from seed to harvest. Seeds. There are hundreds of tomato varieties available as a seed, and choosing a feed from your home garden can be a daunting task. Here are a few things to consider: the size and the type of tomato you want. For example, cherry tomatoes, slicer or tomatoes for making sauce or paste. Consider the size of the mature plants. Determined tomatoes grow to about 3 feet tall and are the best choice for container. Indeterminate tomatoes get very large, up to 6 feet tall. Tomato benefits from support such as tomato cage or tomato ladder. Low for disease resistance, tomatoes are susceptible to a number of diseases that may or may not be a problem in your region. To be on the safe side, I always wear at least one variety with resistance to verticillium and fusarium. Next. Soil. Even though it is now a potting soil, the best medium for seed starting as no soil at all. Use a sterile soilex mix that's labeled for seed starting. Never use garden soil, which often drains poorly and may harbor disease organisms. Next. Containers. You can start your seeds in use about anything that holds soil and as dry hole. I have used a small yogurt container and ABH carton with hole pocket in the bottom and water port saucer underneath. However, I found I more convenient to use purchased pots such as biodegradable pots and seed starting trays.
War alike. Sieg Germany West Act what room temperature 17-75 degrees F. You can speak germination by providing bottom heat while a heat mat. Once direct or growing, settling grow best in cool room temperature about 65 degrees F. Though you can start your tomato on a sunny windowsill, you get better result growing than under some type of electric light. Winter and early spring sunlight instant early and instead of summer sunlight, and there are fewer hours of daily insufficient light can lead to weak splendid plants, and like garden weak acoustic light is ideal for seed starting. Next. Um, Stick by stick, seed starting. To rely moisten the seed starting mix and fill the container to one half of the dough. Find at the mix book down, compact it. Place 2 or 3 seeds into a small container or egg cell of a seed start. Cover the seed while about 1/4 of soil and gently feed in over the seed. Water to ensure cooked seed to mix content. You can use a plant mixture or your dibbler and stream of water over the top. You don't need to soak the soil, just moisture to the layer. Place the pots in a warm spot or on top of a heat mat. At this point, the seeds don't need light. Keep the mix moist but not soaking. Next, in your seed starting, system and groundhog to use it to help hold monster, or you can light some plastic kitchenware over the lid of the pot. Check pots daily and some as just remove the converting and place the pots on sunny window just under grow lights, keeping the light just an inch or two above the tops of the plants. Next.
Growing on. Continue to keep the soils moist about to saturate drip six, starting in mix the light in color time moist mix. A good indication good and circulation risks the chance of disease problem issues and dying of if your remaining plants will always roid the dials so plants grow or bring instance of leaning toward the light. Ensure winning until light raise the lights as the plants grow. Keep the use of inch above the plants. Next. Next. Uh, for the strong plants use was use one salting per or cells. Uh, is a touch days for many gardens would stick to dispatch the salting. Their bench nothing, but in this do be done. Select the storage, helping selling, and use a price is yours. Those snip of the often of this source line. You can the two tramplines the extras into different pows. About those risks distributing the rows of the realm planes in real thinking homemade tomato plants. Can you work accommodating? Next.
Yeah. Fertilizing. When the second set of true leaf appears, it's time to begin fertilizing. The first two leaves are called seed leaf. Subsequent leaves are called true leaf. In this image, you can see the difference between a seed and real life. Once or twice a week, apply a water-soluble fertilizer that's been mixed at half the recommended rate. Next, please. Repotting. Your tomatoes may need to be transplanted to layer containers if they outgrow their pot before it's time to set them outdoors. Don't allow the plants to get pot bound, with the roots filling the containers or growth may be stunted. Next. Transplanting into the garden. When transplanting, we can use an ecological substrate such as a warm humus, which will provide the tomato plants with the necessary nutrients. For its growth and root development, wait to the transplant your tomato seedlings into the garden until after the average last spring frost date. Be prepared to protect the seedlings with season-extending garden fabric, row covers, or plant covers. If a late frost threatens, If all goes well, you'll be harvesting ripe tomatoes in 8 weeks or less. Next. Here's a video about the tips of growing tomatoes.